Hey there everybody, it's me, Controversy TV here again. Today we're going to be checking out a video by SAUSAGE SOLICITER. Now this video, what I believe to be is a response based on the video he initially did, which was reacting to paint drying, obviously, a field which I am an expert in. I've had many years in the field reacting to paint drying, and I'm a massive enjoyer of it myself, and I was very interested, and that's why I made a video. And it seems that groovy, but worse, pretty advanced in the field. Some would say maybe 2 to 3 years of experience. Pretty good. Maybe in the top 1,000. Now this person has actually made a breakdown and analysis of SAUSAGE SOLICITERs and my video. And SAUSAGE SOLICITER has done a reaction to that video. And it appears to be a video that is defending himself, the drama. I'm not really one usually to get involved with these sorts of things. I tend to stay away from drama, especially in the paint drying community. Not really my subject area. But I have been requested specifically to react to this, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to react to SAUSAGE SOLICITER clearing up the drama. Let's go. It always puts a smile on my face to see newcomers in the community.
I made a mistake. I didn't mean to do it. I don't think anybody's going to forgive me. But I hope you do. I will repent for the rest of my life. I will dead.
Now, before we start off here, I'd like to clear a few things up. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'd like to clear a few things up before we start here. Now, SAUSAGE SOLICITER obviously being a newcomer into the community, I had absolutely no problem with him whatsoever. When he made this video initially, I was slightly disappointed with the result, but at the same time, you can't expect anything from newcomers. You have to set your expectations to zero and allow them to come into the subject matter on their own terms. So that was important to keep in mind. I wanted to have an open mind during this. There's a lot that I need to educate these two people on after having watched the video through, scrolling through it a bit. And I think there's a sense of overconfidence that can be portrayed here, and arrogance, and that's not what we want. So we're going to avoid it at all costs, and we're going to try and be informative, educational, and keep it professional. So with that in mind, let's go.
Dedicate so many years towards paint drying and the community. I'll donate to all of the charities.
This is fantastic to hear.
But I'm accused in this video. Hold up. I'm accused in this video right here.
So this is the video in question, of course. I watched it through myself. It was an interesting one from Groovy But Worst, as I mentioned before. Moderately prolific figure in the paint drying community. And he made quite a long video. I'm not going to dance on too much of the video's content. I'll really be replying and trying to educate, that sort of thing.
Of being a phony. Well, not necessarily a phony, but just being a novice.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
You'll see, I guess. I'm really sorry for what I've done to the paint drying community. I hope to get better. I hope to grow as a paint drying reactor.
This is really heartwarming to see. I think it's quite rare for newbie paint dryers to come in. I don't really like using the word newbie. I'd say a newcomer. Let's give the person the benefit of the doubt. this newcomer, it's really lovely to see. A lot of them avoid it after obviously some controversy comes around, or they don't really grasp or latch on to the whole premise of paint drying. And I think that happens far too much. So it's lovely to see someone who is willing to pour the dedication into it and willing to reflect on issues that have occurred.
Hope to one day be the best and overcome maybe controversy TV.
That would truly
Maybe
be
a bit of grief,
generational and absolutely astounding. I would love to see this.
I know. My hat's not right. That's not right either. How's this? Right, that's best.
Just to point out really quickly, this is going to be
anyway,
a full reaction, and I'm not going to be pausing all the time. I was on key moments. I feel like that will work better this way because we are trying to be as direct and concise as possible. We don't want to lose our train of thought.
Sorry and all that. Without further ado, let's get into this video. See what he has to say. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to offend the paint drying community. I promise.
You are
I'll
forgiven.
do better in the future.
You are forgiven.
I will do research and hopefully maybe learn directly from the best with upcoming projects. I won't spoil anything, but just know it's upcoming projects. I'm sorry if
Really interested to see what he has
down.
planned in mind down the line here.
I feel like I've betrayed you.
Now,
Betrayed everybody.
I wouldn't worry about this too much, Sausage Solicitor, if you happen to see this video, which you probably will. I think you need to understand that everybody starts somewhere, no matter what the subject matter is. And you need to give yourself some credit for having the gall to come in here and take on board criticism and be able to reflect on it. I think that's wonderful. I think you should be proud of that.
Everybody betrayed my fans. Please forgive me. I'm really sorry for what I did.
We forgive you. Well, I do at least.
Without
Being the
further
top
ado,
ranked paint dry
into
reactor
the video.
on the public
I'll address all
leaderboard.
of the allegations. I will. I won't hide from anything. I've got skeletons in my closet and I'll take them out. I'll show you those skeletons. Then I'll react to paint drying on top of those skeletons.
This is going to be truly amazing, and I really look forward to this.
Just a flat wolf, I must. Without further ado, let's get into this video. This is the top tier guide, by the way. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe. Grieve Groovy but worse. He's been in this scene a long time. Not as long as he hasn't been in the scene as long as
Little cut there.
Who is he? Controversy TV. He's the one I've heard so many tales, so many myths about this guy. Without further
Thank you for the recognition. It's fantastic to know that my name is still being spread even after the great ban, the great reports that came through and unfortunately took away my main channel and my hundreds of videos and reactions, and then thousands of others through Patreon, which unfortunately have been subsided. But look forward to new content, and let's get going.
further ado, let's watch this video. 3 likes as well. Get this to 10 at least, get us to 50, get us to thousands. He deserves it. He deserves so much more than just 3 likes. I think it's because of the title. It's not clickbaity enough.
This is most likely the case, as we know YouTube is a platform which heavily relies on that.
You might be the best analyzer, but I don't know if you're the best YouTuber. No, actually, that's sorry. I made a mistake. I really hope you can forgive me.
Not too interested in this sort of part of the video, so we're just gonna breeze through it. I don't have many comments on this. I'm obviously a paint drying reactor, highest level, so this sort of part of the video, not really too interested in. So let's just breeze through it and get on to the main topic.
other cams he has as well. I think that's very clever way of doing things. And these are some of the small things most people don't pick up on that I can use. I can take that, I can learn from other people, not just learning from myself, but some of the greats. I'll learn from the greats, I'll learn from the masters, such as Controversy TV, such as Groovy but worse. Without further ado, let's watch this video.
Hello and welcome to the second channel. I'm your host, Groovy, and today we're going to be checking out
As you can see, this is our host, Groovy. He has been known in the paint drying community for years. He's an OG. He's been a mega fan for the longest time though. He wasn't necessarily the top cheese reactor, but he knows what's what. He's done his research. And as you can see here, this is Controversy TV. He's been in the game the longest out of all of us. He's a big cheese in the paint drying reaction scene. If you want to learn anything paint related, I recommend checking him out.
Thank you for the shout out.
I'm sure there's going to be so
Appreciated
much more
even
content to
from
come, but
new starters.
yeah.
very intellectual video. A video by two gentlemen. One is called SAUSAGE SOLICITER.
Sausage Solicitor, that is me actually, by the way. This was originally my video reacting to Sausage Solicitor's paint drying reaction.
Excuse me.
27 likes, that's what I did. So if I was such a professional reactor as one of these two, I'm sure those numbers could have been sky high. But again, I'm really sorry for what I did. I feel like I betrayed everybody.
If you've reached the
for not being
prime,
good enough.
paint drying
By not
reaction
reaching my full-
videos tend to reach upwards of 300 to 500,000 views. Some in the highest category, in the top 10 on the leaderboard. Myself, James Barrack included, Thomas Anvil. These sorts of people looking at upwards of 5 to 10 million views per video. So I hope someday that you manage to find your way into the top of the leaderboard and garner yourself some really good crowds.
Potential, but I promise I will try my best, and that full potential will get reached.
Becoming paint drying reactor in the scene. We love
Apologies in advance, I just got back from a meeting and I haven't eaten yet, so I will be eating throughout the video.
to see new reactors coming up. These videos are here to help boost these new reactors. We also have Controversy TV.
Controversy TV in the top right, as you can see. Here's a mic, here's a face. Here's a black shirt, known for that black shirt.
Massive name in the paint drying
Massive name, biggest name out of all of the paint drying scenery. I've heard he was actually bigger before people banned him. They were a clan of up and coming newbie reactors, newbie paint reactors, and they got jealous he was taking all of their views, so they banded together and, well, banned him. I reported him. That's not cool. I hope to see apologies from them soon.
Sphere.
Sphere is matter of fact a circle, a 3D circle.
He is a veteran in
Somebody who has a lot of experience in a field. Okay.
doing this. He has many years.
365 days, or more than 365 days, because we're talking about plural years. Could be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, 21 years, 22 years, 23 years, 24 years, 25 years, 26 years, 27 years, 28 years, 29 years, 30 years, 31 years, 32 years, 33 years, 34 years, 35 years, and so on.
Is of experience and
Experience, synonym for veteran, and so on.
is of experience and
Experience, synonym for veteran. This word means you've also been in the scene a long time. In this exact context, that's the paint drying reaction scene, and I believe that's who our YouTuber here is talking about. This YouTuber is talking about this YouTuber, Controversy TV, not to be confused with this YouTuber talking about this YouTuber. Also not to be confused with this YouTuber talking about this YouTuber. Also not to be confused about this YouTuber talking about this YouTuber. Also not to be confused by this YouTuber talking about this YouTuber. Also not to be confused by this YouTuber talking about this YouTuber.
Yeah, so I really don't give a shit. Okay, we're at an appropriate part.
many hours in
Let's
the game.
continue.
Many hours in the game, which is what Groovy But was.
Never mind.
Controversy TV himself.
Controversy TV himself, which is also what I believe Groovy But was has just said. Which
was
and that's okay.
wrong.
I'm sorry. I made a severe and lax judgment. Such I live in.
Ridiculous from these YouTubers here, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of this formatting going on here. We're at 31 minutes and the initial video has barely even taken place. So, me, myself, I'm not gonna linger and waste time. We're getting straight to the juice.
Comment us. Continuation. He's does.
Terrible frame of me there.
Wait, there's noises too? As you can tell, there's noises too. It's not just silent, which is what you want from a paint viewer. This is a risky move though. You have to be careful not to overstimulate any watchers with too much content.
This is true. You do not want to overstimulate your watchers with your content. A lot of paint dry reactors get lost in the video when too much noise is going on. It distracts them, and you want to keep yourself occupied on obviously the paint charts, which you can find on my new reel on YouTube. So check that out, or short, whatever you want to call it. Check that out. Very informative. This would be great for you, Sausage Solicitor. I really hope you check that out. And yeah, he's looking for new.
As you know, noises are a rarity in the paint drying scene.
This is true. Noises are very uncommon, as Groovy said. As a veteran myself, I'm going to go into a little more detail about this. So noises, typically, we try to avoid them. As I said before, you do get, I'd say, roughly around, for an average paint dry reactor, if you've seen maybe 100 to 200 videos, you would get an average of about maybe, let's say, 9 to 15 videos which have sound in them. Now, I'd recommend watching it on mute, unless you are higher level. Now, this is an important thing to keep in mind. Unless you are a higher level, you will want to avoid audio because it will distract you. And that's absolutely a no. It's a no-go. You want to be absolutely in the game, in the moment, in the scene, paying 100% attention so that you are able to track each part of the wall and the progress of the paint.
So it is nice to see him reacting for his first one to a video.
I didn't know that prior to even loading this video, but as soon as I loaded this video, I felt flooded with knowledge. Just seeing these reactors on screen fills me with knowledge, which is a good thing, and that's what you want.
With noise. Hopefully he doesn't get too used to it, because as you know, most of them are silent.
I didn't know that though. I hoped they all had noises constantly, maybe some birds chirping, maybe some crickets, maybe the high-end paint dryers have that, maybe the high budget paint videos include that.
Excuse me. This is a misconception here. I'd like to clear this up for you, Sausage Solicitor. It's actually very uncommon for the higher tier videos, higher budget videos, to have audio in them, as that is the opposite effect. As I mentioned earlier, relate back to that. You want to avoid audio, keep yourself locked in the game, so you can 100% get the most viable, trustworthy results.
Include extra noises, but only the high budget ones. These low budget amateurs, I don't think they could ever live up to them, to the professionals, to the AAA studio paint videos and paint dryers, paint reactors, painters.
So yeah, hopefully he doesn't expect more.
I did expect more, but it's okay. I only watched 10 minutes. Now I know. I've been put in my place by Groovy but worse. I'm going to know what to expect and not get my hopes and dreams crushed and destroyed, which is what you want, especially in an up-and-coming, if you're an up-and-coming noob, if you will. You want all of this hope. You don't want your dreams to be crushed, then you'll just...
Absolutely. I want nothing more than to see the absolute best for Sausage Solicitor here and his future in paint dry reactions, and maybe even other areas which I've dabbled in myself, like 10 hours of silence, for example, 24 hours of silence, 35 hours of silence. Those would truly be magnificent to watch Sausage Solicitor experiment with.
Go home.
And I'm very hopeful for him.
Continue down this rabbit hole, and this rabbit hole could be your possible future. You need to take every opportunity you can get, especially in the paint drying scene. Paint drying scene is really hard to get into. It's an exclusive club.
Paint drying is something that we welcome everyone into, but unfortunately, those who want to take it seriously, he is correct here. It is very hard to get into because you are set with expectations that you need to meet. Your progress tracking. There is an online tracker. There is a leaderboard. Of course, the top 10, as I mentioned earlier. Those sorts of people are spending probably about 75% upwards of their week training, watching videos, putting content out there, making themselves known. And this is a categorically devastating thing that dismisses a lot of newcomers, throws them off. That's not what you want. And we aim to broaden our horizons and welcome people. And that's why I'm here on the platform now, providing shorts and other media to welcome people in, make it simple for them, clear up any mistakes, and absolutely direct them in the right direction.
But I believe, with enough time, I can sneak in.
People in the community.
We get to see.
This is a plausibility. I think it's perhaps lower in the least disrespectful way possible. I think it's a little lower than the average expectations, as an average newbie does manage to get around about 4 to 5 hours on their first watch through. There's no expectation. That's obviously an obligation that's been set, but we try to engage more so with those who are a lot higher up in the chain of their achievements early on. Focusing on those people, making sure they are immediately put forward, given their ranking straight off the bat on the leaderboard, give them a place. And those who aren't as much so able to do it, we garner help for them, we aid them. And that's why it's important to set the distinction up so that we can assist those who struggle on their own. And that's what we aim to do here.
Paint it.
Sorry. We missed something.
People in the community.
We get to see him paint it.
As you can see, original reactor sausage solicitor excited that you can paint. You can see him paint the painting.
This is wonderful. Something that occurs 1 in every 3 videos in paint dry reactions. So it's amazing to see that something that's mostly common is so ecstatic. It's truly a warm welcome, and I think it's an amazing sign of what's to come.
The wall. That looks like something else. That don't look like paint. As you can see, original reactor sausage solicitor maybe sees other shapes, not just shapes already, but I believe he thinks, don't quote me on this, but I believe he thinks he sees something else in the paint, something else. Maybe the paint's made of yogurt. Maybe the paint's made of...
This is a completely understandable reaction here from Sausage Solicitor. As we can see, the paint here, thick, viscous, droopy. Now this is because it is in fact eggshell paint. It's used on cork, it's used on plasterboard, it's used in kitchens. It's a very specific type of paint. If you would like, I can pull this up for you in a future video. We'll do a breakdown of all the types of paints on the walls, their effects. Look forward to that. But that is why it has this very uneven, ragged look to it. So please keep that in mind for future. Let's go.
I know something else that's white and gloopy.
Yeah, this
I don't
is a
think
very
it's paint
thick,
whatsoever.
bold, inconsistent
This
paint.
looks like a fake.
So, as we can all very clearly see, this is angel white paint.
Now, just to correct intermediate YouTuber Grieb Groovy here and Paint Dry Reactor, this is actually not Angel White. It's an easy mix-up. Angel White paint is actually a myth in the paint drying community, brought up by novices. And because there's so many of them, it has become so convincing that it is believable. Now, this is actually not the case. This paint is called Brilliant White. It is a very, very common type of paint. It is Brilliant White eggshell paint, found in stores all around like B&Q. Now, Brilliant White in eggshell form, it can, due to its composition, contain a reflective nature when shone in light that really will be affected by the environment, and colors will be very visible and present. So that is why this misconception has occurred, and I just thought I'd clear the air there and educate them.
As you can see, Grieb Groovy but was commenting on the color. He has, I assume, done his research. Angel
Again, it seems to be not taking the information in from the right sources. Maybe just having heard from the masses and assuming that they know what they're talking about. Completely understandable, but just to correct, it is Brilliant White paint.
white. There's a color, and he's led to believe the color this wall is being painted with is of that color also.
You can definitely tell by the hue of the white that is being used on this cork board. It is quite obvious.
Oh,
Now, you see, this is an important thing to keep in mind, because it is Brilliant White. It does not have a hue, okay? Its hue is 0. It does not change. You could go on your color wheel, turn the saturation all the way down. The hue will be the exact same no matter what. That is how Brilliant White works. Please keep that in mind for future videos and reactions. It will greatly assist you in your measurements and other aspects of paint drying.
corkboard. As you can see,
That is correct. This is corkboard. I later in the video referred to it as a canvas texture, which is exactly what corkboard is. Now, this happens to be a mix-up later down, but corkboard is a canvas texture. That is its actual composition. That is what corkboard is. It has canvas texture on it.
Groovy but was commenting on the fact that this is not a normal wall, but a corkboard. in this fella's original reaction, I believe he was very confused that it was not a wall. But I am
Completely
glad
understandable.
this has been cleared up and we've figured out exactly what it was made of. Trust Grieb Groovy but Worse to know that. He is one of the best in the scene when it comes to breaking down and analysing
Top 1,000.
reactions of paint drying.
Tell to, you know, any intermediate average paint dryer could probably pick this one out. So yeah, it's definitely as controversial.
As you can see, Grieb Groovy but Worse commenting on the original video, not just the reactions, which is top tier stuff. Yeah.
TV rightly pointed out, it is a thicker brand of the Angel White paint.
Again,
Which, you know, it's not
from this point forward, anytime it's referred to as Angel White paint, please keep in mind that it is actually Brilliant White paint.
very common-ish, sort of, you know, here and there, every now and then. I would like to point out corkboard for the choice of wall to be painted is very.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Grieb Groovy but not worse. Very core point here. This is uncommon, and I can give you the statistic for it. I wouldn't be pausing otherwise. The statistic is 1 in every 362 boards or walls or pieces chosen to be painted on for these videos that we find and react to are corkboard and canvas texture sort of walls. This is very, very uncommon, but it is fantastic because it gives you an area that you're not really used to. It challenges you. It promotes getting different results, different readings on the paint. It's distance traveled, it's drying rates, and it is just overall fantastic, and it's very educational.
Very interesting. It's not very common you see this. So
It's not very common, he says. Clearly knows what he's doing. He's clearly watched plenty of paint drying videos in his past. If I had to put an estimate on it, I would say about 100 videos, give or
Now, Grieb Groovy, I can pull up right here. Grieb Groovy, but not worse, has in fact seen 217 paint dry reactions, which is about a tenth of obviously my top tier on YouTube. We aren't going to count the Patreon, so it is a very good amount, and he has somewhat of an idea of what he's doing, but we can't be 100% sure. We cannot see his guaranteed place on the leaderboard at the minute. It's a bit quaky with that area right now. It's being updated this weekend, so we'll have to take a look at that and keep our eyes out. We aren't sure what his placement is and what the situation is with how he's been handling things. So let's just continue.
he's probably watched thousands of hours in his time also. Thousands of hours well spent.
This is potentially
indeed.
true. Again, we
There's
aren't
nothing
sure
else
at the
you could have
minute.
been doing with that time, and whatever else you could have been doing with that time, I guarantee is
From
so
what
much
I garner, though, at the moment, it is very plausible that he is an intermediate. This is my assumption based on his relevant knowledge presented to this point. There are a few things here and there which you'd expect even an intermediate person, such as the Angel White paint. Even intermediate people do get mixed up sometimes, so let's keep that in mind.
worse than this. There's no content better than this. There's no TV show better than what.
This is an interesting take. It's lovely to see him taking on to paint dry reactions and paint drying itself in all forms. It is a very, very interesting, very dynamic subject matter with lots of range. There's so much to latch onto, so much to inform yourself about, so much to learn, and I think it betters you as a person, and it's wonderful, really genuinely wonderful to see Sausage Solicitor so open and so excited about it.
Watching paint drying.
it's a nice welcome here into this video. It will be interesting to see, as we all know, the types of wall.
It's nice to have a welcome in the first couple of minutes. Well, in the first about 20 seconds, I believe. It's nice to have a welcome that keeps people coming back, that keeps people interested, keeps people latched, not wanting to click off any other interesting video, any other paint drying video, which all of us have done from time to time. When there's not a good welcome or when there's not a good intro, you'll bugger off to another paint drying video, or maybe a 10-hour timer here, maybe a bit of bouncing DVD logo screensaver for 10 hours.
Does affect how the paint dries, so we can get to see some different situations we may not see on a normal wall.
He's talking about different situations thanks to the thickness of the paint, which really gives variation, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I've done some research since the last video, but variation is good. You don't want the exact same paint every time. You don't really want just a flat wall. You want these differences, something that makes this paint unique, different from the last paint, such as noises if you have the budget, such as different gloopiness of paint, such as on high-end levels, such as different colours, such as maybe different paintbrushes, such as different paint techniques, such as rollers, such as different people painting the paint, such as
Very,
as well.
very good for watching the paint itself dry.
That's one of
Because
those
we'll
good, meaning good.
get some
pinboard balls
inconsistencies
they
throughout.
pin stuff into.
It will leave large.
That's not
Again, this board is called a cork board.
Again, this board is a cork board, which is what Sausage Solicitor is referring to, but he doesn't know the name. Often used for placing pins inside of, which is the point Sausage Solicitor, I believe, is making.
In case Sausage Solicitor decides to watch this, it is a cork board.
I am in fact deciding to watch this. As you can see, the reactor is talking not just to the reactors within the video, not just to the video, but he is also talking to future possible reactors, which again separates people, separates the bottom of the barrel, low tier, low grade, trash, noob, garbage reactors, separates those from the top tier big cheeses, Le Gros fromages, if you may.
an
Watches
actual wall.
and
It's
allow
just
for
something you put on your wall.
allow for
Then
some
you
very dynamic
put
movement.
pictures.
As you can see, many strokes are being made of different variation, not just thin strokes but thick strokes also. This is an advanced tactic, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
To fuel your point here, Sausage Solicitor, this is definitely an advanced tactic. Uneven painting is a absolute must-have, very sought after in the paint drying community. A lot of videos you see flat paint. You want to try and avoid these. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you need them for new data. I myself have seen many flat paint reactions. This is really dynamic. There's a big range here. It's great for averages, great for data.
This is what you want in paint drying video, which is what I was talking about earlier, with differences and not just the same outcome every single time. You want different outcomes.
It's on there. Fire pins. I was expecting a normal house wall, like these, right behind.
Normal house walls are fairly common. Obviously they're everywhere. So
Now, he's got his microphone turned off here. Not sure what he's saying. But we're going to take this time to begin analysing the paint. It hasn't been completely put on yet. We're going to take some time to actually take a look at it while his mic is turned off. So as we can see here, we've got areas of the paint where it's been left blank. Great move. This is, as I spoke about in the original video, what you want. Leaving gaps is a must-have because you want to be able to see. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe he's getting excited. Taking a call here. You want to be able to see the thinner areas of paint, leaving these sorts of little sections here where the paint is incomplete, and then surrounded by it is very thin layers compared to the thicker blotches. These will help you with your readings and testing what pace the paint dries at in thinner areas as compared to thicker areas. And this is fantastic for data. Moving on.
We're back. Didn't exactly realise mic was off.
Don't care.
Wall being painted here, but we got a treat today in this one with a cork board.
Absolutely a treat. Have to agree there.
A treat being something you want
I don't give a shit.
sometimes, unless it's paint drying.
No. That's gonna change everything. Indeed it will. Change how the paint sets, surely.
That's some good ball knowledge from Sausage Solicitor there. He understands that different material of the wall
Spit it out.
Yeah.
means the paint sets and
Wonderful.
dries differently. Very nice to see a newbie getting that one.
This is great information. Lovely from Groovy, but not worse here. Wonderful.
This man's a breather. Man.
Already seeing some nice shapes forming. Very.
We are, in fact, already seeing some wonderful shapes forming here. This is not the complete version, as I have seen this video about 3 times myself. But in the early stages, it's important to also take note of this here. So as we can see, we've got some B grades here. This is what we call grade Bs. Second level. A grades over here, A grade here. C grades are around here. No D, potentially a D grade here by where the bottom of the screen is. Yeah. So there you are. There's some information for you there. It's research based on the chart. So you can go and check that out on my short. And you can download it at www.paintdryingreactionsinfo.and-data.org. Getting jiggy with it right there.
That's what I thought.
Very good to see. I'm very eager to see Controversy TV's reaction to some.
Groovy, interested to see how Controversy TV is going to react to this.
Expected. A lot of people are very excited for my content.
I'm very intrigued
and I'm
to see
expecting
what
my new account to very slowly pick up.
Groovy, but worse, to be precise. What Groovy, but worse has to say about this reactor. Who has stuff to say about this reactor?
Excuse me.
Let's hope it doesn't take away from he's enjoying this a little bit
video
too much.
itself.
Giving serious takes here.
He's enjoying this a little bit too much.
Giving serious takes here. Controversy TV.
Absolutely.
That's great from him.
Always giving my all.
I like that.
There we go. Listen to that. He is a bit
The excitement coming on display here, truly something to remiss about, because it's amazing. It's just truly heartwarming to those of us who've been in the field for so long now to see such absolute and genuine excitement and curiosity, and it just makes us feel so prideful about the subject area.
Oh no.
As you can see, Controversy.
As you can see, he keeps pausing. Not a big fan of this. To be honest, I feel like it's taking away from the reaction itself. So for future references, please try to avoid this. I know I just did it myself.
With original reactor. Maybe this newbie reactor has got lucky, matter of fact. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know what he's talking about, maybe, you know.
I
A
think you
broken
deserve
clock's
some
right
credit.
twice a day, they always say. This sausage solicitor reactor right here, he might be a broken clock, but at least he's right this time.
Solicitor's reacting to his breath there. And he does sound like he's breathing very heavily, almost as hard as I do when I walk up the stairs.
As you can see, Greb Groovy making a fat joke, making a big joke. We've heard those many of times before. Common.
Watches in the
I
center
can't
here.
make some in the private tab.
A wonderful call out from me here. We can see that the paint itself, very moist at the minute. This is really common. Let's inform you here. Let's educate you, son, because I know that is absolutely what you're after. So the paint, when it begins off, its moisture rate decreases in an hour by about 8 to 13%. This is the typical average. Keep that in mind.
I'm not signed in. No reason. Clear back seating from Controversy TV. Maybe this is because he's seen so many paint drying videos. He knows what's right. He knows what to look out for.
Yes, I'd like to talk about this briefly. The reason that I was backseating here is because you want to absolutely keep them enthralled with the concepts while also not overloading them, overstimulating them. You want them to welcome it, you want them to be sure about the content they're consuming and not be absolutely smothered to the point where they really aren't taking in and settling with what's presented. So with this initial reaction, it was just a reaction and my general take on the newcomer and my feelings on the matter, rather than an analysis, as can be seen by Grib Groovy, but worse it. So I really just wanted to give a general opinion and not overstimulate and overwhelm you. So hopefully in future and via this video, you are much more informed and much more confident.
For the best paint drying videos.
Thank you very much. Bless you.
Just so you can't see that I've already pre-watched this. That's right, I've pre-watched it.
Shame.
No, I haven't.
Wonderful. Again, yes. Wonderful, amazing. Now this is where we start off with in the video. We can already see, I speak about this later on. Again, I'm going to educate you a bit here. Here we have grade Ds, we have grade Cs around here, here, little bit of grade D here, grade Bs around here, grade B around here, and then of course grade A, which is here, around here.
It's a very good looking spot.
As you can see, a cut forward, some sort of cut from Greb Groovy. Because you see the
Splotches in the middle there.
Bless you.
You see the video immediately jump. Okay, right there. I spotted that.
I don't give a shit. Sorry about that.
As you can see, this guy at the bottom right, going to the toilet. So I assume he was going to blow his nose or something of the likes.
Got some very good looking splotches in the middle
You've got some great commentary already.
there.
I already referred to
Let's
this
see
earlier,
what
so we're
sort
not
of
going to
shapes
comment
we
on
can
this.
Pick out. Immediately right down here, this one to me looks like a bad fit.
As you can see, stuttering.
Should have been edited out, really. I'm not really a commenter on editing. I don't typically tend to comment on the structure of the video itself. Usually trying to focus on responses relating to the subject matter of paint and paint drying, because I dabble a little bit in actual painting myself. But yeah, should have been edited.
Greb Groovy TV.
Immediately right here, This one to me looks like a big fat schlong, which
Now, this is all completely subject to personal opinion, personal rendition. Everybody sees things a little bit differently. There is an objective truth, but only those in the top 15 can see the objective 100% correct thing, and I can label them here. And I will be overlaying in the video the things that can visibly clearly be seen, and I'll make sure that you are able to learn from it. Now, to most people, though, it is subject to complete opinion-based.
As you could see, clearly forgot to cut that out. Let's get back to the reaction. Let's see what Grib Groovy But Worse has to say. Let's see what Controversy TV has to say.
to me looks like a big fat schlong.
Now, I personally cannot see this at all. To me, it looks like a track or a road. Now, as you can see here, lots of knobbly little bits, slight crevices, lines in here. Very reminiscent of British roads. Absolute dog shit, bottom of the barrel. Terrible infrastructure. So it 100% rings the bell of a British road.
Very common shape we usually see around here.
Talking about the paint community, as you can tell, Grib Groovy But Worse is clearly he's clearly a mega fan. He's not lying about that. We can tell by that analysis, by just...
Let's have a gander,
Again, common English technique used right there. Repetition. He didn't just say let's have a gander once. He said let's have a gander twice, but...
Once again, another big fat schlong, and even...
As you can see, Grib Groovy But Worse, seeing so many schlongs. Maybe this is what I can learn from. Maybe I'm supposed to see these schlongs. Maybe I'm supposed to look out for them. Or maybe Grib Groovy But Worse consistently, non-stop, has schlong on the mind, which is good for him. I'm glad.
You got the little balls down here. Very nice to see, very nice. Again, common shape.
Clearly a very common shape in Grib Groovy But Worse's life. Schlong.
Very nice. So let's see what shapes Sausage Solicitor and Controversy TV pick out. Let's see if they have different shapes that they can see here.
What we're after.
Curious about what other people are seeing, not just his own, but curious about the newbie. Curious for comparing, maybe.
Absolutely vital to be ecstatic and to be interested, to be excited, to be devoted to the wisdom that can be brought about by newbies. We don't like to use that word, used by Grib Groovy But Not Worse. Let's please stick to newcomers or entries.
We can get
We're back.
starting point.
Testes 1, 2, 3.
Getting back into it.
Okay, we're 2 minutes into this now, and
Already we've got a really interesting shape going on. You can see we've got sort of the outline of a sock, it seems. There is the
Controversy TV picked out a sock shape.
very interesting indeed. Grib Groovy is mentioning how Controversy TV has looked at a sock shape. He's found a sock shape, whereas Sausage Solicitor didn't see a sock, but a boot.
Now, both can be interpreted here. It just depends on what you see interiorly. As you can see, there is a overall shape of a leg with a sort of rim to it here. Now, depends on what you see inside of the actual outline. I myself can see some stripes here, some little details that are reminiscent of maybe just a childlike sort of very early stage sock for someone, perhaps even a football sock with their team being represented here. These are the things I pick up on as someone with hundreds of thousands of hours of experience. Very, very interesting to see the different takes here. Again, none of them are objectively wrong, except every single one.
Now that he highlights it for me, I can indeed see. It sort of sits in the crevice here of the schlong that I pointed out previously. So yeah, very nice.
Upwards inflection at the end of what he's saying, because he knows
Inflection.
he is educated and he's talking down upon us like we're worse than him.
Very nice, keen eye from Controversy TV there, as you would expect from someone with such magnificent eyesight as him.
Yeah, my eyesight's actually dog shit.
Common glazing going on. Mentioning magnificent eyesight. Accidentally paused the video.
Shape. I thought we wouldn't witness him laying.
Backwards in the
Very
video
nice
for
little
5
shape.
seconds.
I thought we wouldn't.
Not
witness
necessary.
him-
Pausing the video. Looking at the camera.
Shut the fuck.
Put food in. Microwave distance.
Yeah, most is a lie.
Yawnathon.
Actually.
A bit of a terminology mix-up from Sausage Solicitor there. He
Bit of correction there from Grab Groovy but worse. Again, constant analysing and breaking down. That's what he's known for, that's what he does.
Let's make sure
Can't
that
fault
this
him on that.
terminology is
Do
correct.
not fault him on that.
referred to it as laying when it's actually painting. Laying is
This is correct. This is not laying. This is painting. Presented by taking a brush, absolutely randomly smothering it. This can be done neatly. This can be done randomly. That is the process of painting.
something completely different in the industry. We don't talk about that though.
Why do we not talk about that, Grab Groovy but worse? I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. Why don't we talk about it? Go on. Go on. Why not? Why not? Tell me. Tell me the secrets. What happened?
I'll be
Who's
covering this.
Mr. John Laying? Who is John Laying? Who's William Laying?
So John Laying, born in 1932, is the creator of laying paint. Now, John Laying, you see, we do not talk about, and there is a reason for this, and I will be covering it right now. So John Laying and his brother William Laying, back at the original time when laying was first presented, laying, of course, being when you take your paint and make sure you create different types of shapes specifically with a very specific intent. So laying is making sure you're following a structure with the paint rather than just layering it out normally in the typical sense. Layering, of course, meaning building up different levels to the paint. And then smothering, of course, just randomly dragging your brush or the roller, other types of equipment across the wall. But we don't talk about laying because John and William Laying, the brothers, actually back when it was first blowing up, they killed innocent newbie. We don't like to use that word, but in the history books, that is what they are referred to as. They unfortunately took the lives of dozens and hundreds eventually of innocent newbie paint dry reactors, and they did this because they actually they weren't a fan of the fact that newbie reactors weren't reacting to their sort of videos as much, their sort of paint presentations, of course, because more so back then it was much more common to see videos where the paint is smothered, where the paint is rolled on. even back in the 1900s, of course, everybody knows that YouTube was still a thing, but it just wasn't released public yet. But those who know, know. So on the platform, of course, it was much more common to be seeing smothering, rolling, flat, or a lot more random, jotty, blotchy paint structures. So John and William were not a fan of this, and on the night of 1914, I believe it was. No, my mistake. So on the night of 1952, they unfortunately took the lives of about 48 different newbies. A real shame, truly something, a loss. That's you can't even form words for it. I'm losing my train of thought here because it's so disheartening. And this continued on until they reached the hundreds. And it's something we don't like to refer to. So please be mindful of this in the future. And hopefully this has been educational for you.
Tell me. Take that cat out of the bag. Address the elephant in the room. Come on, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your response.
Now, if you're really, really inventive here, you might be able to find an elephant on this painted wall.
I'll call you out. Come on. Tell me. Stop gatekeeping.
I hope my
Prick.
informative nature has been able to assist you here.
But 2 minutes have passed and paint has not dried.
Very nice.
Are there any gloopy fellows? And you didn't do a good job. Look.
There are lots of gloopy fellows here. These are called grade Ds, and these are called grade Cs. Right here, all around grade Cs, grade Ds. These are the blotchy fellows.
Look at this. He did a.
Very nice eye from Sausage.
Now, before I let these two talk absolute bollocks here, I'm going to give some information out here. I went on to actually explain the specifics of this and its purpose. Groovy mentions that it was a good call out from Sausage Solicitor that there are blank spots here. Now, this is actually not true. This is a must-have in the paint drying reaction community. You absolutely need it. You will otherwise not receive balanced data. You won't be able to get the best results, and you will just overall never progress as good as you can do.
Pausing. From Groovy, but worse.
The solicitor there pointing out the failures in the painter not properly painting. As you saw, they went on with a paintbrush instead of a roller. I think most people, especially me, and I know Controversy TV would as well, would have gone in and painted that with a roller.
Now, this is subject to your own beliefs. I personally would like to do a range of equipment to paint on a wall. Sometimes I do actually, well, not recently since the big banning, but prior in my old investigations, I did used to do some painting on the wall myself so I could react to my own creations and get even more data, because sometimes the field is a bit lacking in content, which is why a lot of people are. That's why, as mentioned earlier, it's a field that is very tight, compact. It's it's quite hard to get into. But yeah, I myself would not specifically use a roller. I would like to experiment with all kinds of different equipment.
However, studies have shown that using a paintbrush does allow for more man-made shapes and
Very.
Now, to call this out here, this was a study performed in 2002 by Andrew James Patel. Someone from Pakistan moved to England, studied at the University of Cambridge, and this was a study based on the structures and the relationship between paint and what different methods to actually laying the paint, which we, of course, don't talk about. But that was also investigated in the study. Painting the paint was the main thing investigated. I had to bring up laying, unfortunately. I don't want to do it. So I thought I'd get that out of the way first. The study included that. The study also, of course, included the presentation of paint and how it's affecting the structures, the globs of the paint itself. And this study was fantastic. It had a massive array of results, and I genuinely implore you to go and take a look at it. This can, of course, be found on the website I mentioned earlier.
Very, 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 very,
Shut
very,
the
So,
fuck.
there is a solid argument for why the person that was recorded this has gone for it.
There is a very solid argument for this, and there should not be any reason why it should be attacked as a method, because it is completely acceptable, and I think calling it out really is a problem. So, Groovy, in future, as an intermediate paint dry reactor yourself, I expect you to be more considerate of the means in which the paint is actually put to all.
Paintbrush. But ordinarily, I think most people would have gone with a roller and done a better, more even paint job.
Terrible job.
And
Should have went over.
common rookie mistake to be pointing this out, because these points are actually very important to leave blank, because these actually allow absolutely perfect explanation.
As you can see from the man in the bottom right, has just finished eating another bag of crisps. Let's watch this video.
With, what was it called?
As you can see, Sausage Solicitor here lost for words, which is a rookie mistake. He doesn't know what he is talking about. He likes to believe he does, but as you can tell, he clearly doesn't.
I think he needs to be given some credit here, because he is, of course, a newcomer into the community, and not all of us have the way with words that we wish we did. So just the enthusiasm on display, just the overall concepts that are being explored, just the adamant, absolute, complete devotion to the topic is what we look for. And I feel like that is what we are basically on track to get.
Paint spreader. Just look up paint spreader.
Intelligent from Sausage Solicitor, actually looking up something when
Very important here. As you can see, we're getting flashbanged here by the screen, these individuals here. This is an example of the color brilliant white. Context put into play. But yes, a very good move from Sausage Solicitor here. Absolutely important to go and investigate, do your research. This is amazing to see, and I hope to continue to see him investigating more of the actual content he sees in front of him, and making use of resources available.
he is clearly not knowledged in that subject. He has not got an ego, is not faking it. He is looking up to also try help prove his point, whatever he could be proving, giving visual stimulation, not just auditory stimulation, but visual also, which is what you want. As you can see in Groovy but Wars's cameras, this white screen is really flashbanging him. This lights up his entire face, which leads one to believe his monitor's brightness is almost as high as sky.
Side quest here.
Where is it? One of
Controversy TV talking about a side quest going on.
these. Yeah,
interested,
these.
But
He didn't even go over it with one of these.
definitely
Groovy not talking, just staying silent. Maybe he's taking in the content, maybe he's learning a thing or two himself. One can only assume.
this is true. You can tell by his posture, his facial expressions. He is in fact taking in the content in front of him, getting ready to break down and analyze what's in front of him. Now, this is relevant to me here. I wouldn't be talking about it otherwise. This is important here because Groovy but not worse is going to tie this in, hopefully, to the topic of paint drying. And if not, he's a fucking bum. It's fantastic to note that Sausage Solicitor here actually did pick up on the cues that intermediate, high level, all of the above would notice with the paint, the purpose of the method of presentation, and it's truly it's admirable. It really is. Words can't describe how proud I am to see this occurring.
Don't tell me that's how he spreads.
Fella in the bottom right, trying to get crisps out of his teeth, probably very annoyed.
As well, huh? I'll never forgive a man who spreads and doesn't flatten it. I'll hold grudges against those type of people, those type of folks.
We need to change one person's mindset. Hopefully they come around.
Ambulance. Any cricket?
Very much agree with Controversy TV's take here. I feel like Sausage Solicitor is coming on very hard.
Now, throughout the video, I am being glazed. This is quite common. But hopefully we can keep a more 100% objective perspective on the subject matter at hand here. And I hope that the glazing doesn't overtake that.
Come around. Ambulance. Any cricket?
Very much agree with Controversy TV's take here. I feel like
We need to change this person's mindset. Hopefully they come around.
Ambulance. Any cricket?
very much agree with Controversy TV's take here. I feel very much agree with Controversy TV's take here.
Any cricket?
Very much agree.
Fuck
with
off.
I feel like Sausage List is coming on very hard to the unevenness of the paint job here. Let's keep watching.
Good, groovy. Keeping on watching.
This is not what you saw prior, obviously. Excuse me. The movement has been about expected based on the charts presented on the website. 100% backing up the facts that the charts are a must-have. Absolutely vital. They are incredible. Truly so accurate.
That high. Down here. Low budget. I wonder what paint it is.
Maybe an eggshell
Paint.
matte sort of paint. Very thick,
I feel like it's
viscous paint.
That's curious. Very curious indeed. This man here, Controversy TV, is it? This man here, Controversy TV, was referring to the paint as eggshell.
Indeed, the paint is brilliant white in colour, eggshell paint in type.
This man down here referred to it as angelic white, I believe.
Now, let's clear the air here again. Angel white was what he said, and this is referring, of course, to the colour of the paint, which in itself is still incorrect. The paint itself is actually brilliant white paint, which can be found on Amazon, B&Q, Selco, other stores as such. Just please keep in mind that the paint is actually called brilliant white, and it's probably found in all types. Emulsion, it's found in wall and ceiling paint. Johnstone's great paint type I like to take a look at. But yeah, deluxe, all sorts. I'll just go ahead here and show you your brilliant white paint. Now that was matte type of paint you will see in a upcoming video of mine coming out very soon. But there you go. Here to inform, here to clear the air, here to prove myself, prove my worth. Just make sure that everybody is on top of their game. So to clear it once and for all, its type is eggshell paint and its colour is brilliant white. Easy misconception.
One doesn't know who to believe.
I hope my context has assisted you.
As you all know, angel white paint sort of has hints of every other colour.
Now this is a mix-up here because angel white paint are obviously any high level paint reaction channels, YouTubers, people on the scene know that Angel White is actually a myth. This paint type does not exist. Paint color, sorry. It doesn't exist. It is just the rip-off version of Brilliant White. Brilliant White has all the properties that are about to be described, such as the colors that can be recognized based on environmental impacts such as lighting surrounding you, such as the temperature of the room, such as the presentation of how it's been smothered. These things dictate what the colors that you can ever so slightly pick up on will be within the Brilliant White.
The rainbow.
As you can see here, Grape Groovy, Grape Groovy, but worse. I'm sorry. Grape Groovy, Grehab Groovy, but worse, is commenting on the paint color, but he is saying that the color is angelic white. Or this fellow Controversy TV.
Actually, that's why you sort of see
I'm picking up a few things here and there.
with very light hint of every other color in it, and it sort of creates a very interesting effect on the wall where you think you can see another color, but you actually can't.
Again, just to point this out, you can see that the actual properties of the paint itself are carried over even through the myths, as we referred to earlier in the video. This myth has been brought about by newbies, and we don't stick to it because it's complete misinformation. Angel White is a myth. The properties itself, good to hear that it is being carried over, even though the actual paint itself, the color, has been lied about.
Very clever take right there from Grape Groovy, but worse. I'm very impressed.
Not surprised that he had that take, considering I was literally mentioning it prior.
Speaking in artists' terms, one only assumes Grehab Groovy was an artist in his previous career.
This is actually not true. Grip Groovy, but not worse. But worse. Was actually a streamer in his prior career. Newly turned to paint drying.
Maybe not so much this one.
This is in fact incorrect. To paint a clearer picture for you, I have studied illustration for many years. Famously known as on Twitter, and there you can check out my work. On the leaderboard, there is a link to the official website where you can check out all of my prior works. I studied color theory for about 2 to 3 years back in the day, so please keep that in mind. It's clearly a brilliant white color.
But also
If anything, it's affected by light no matter what. So this is true. The camera, the quality of the camera, the settings of the camera, the lighting of the room, the paint type, all of these things impact the colors that the paint itself can present to you whilst watching. So make sure you keep that in mind. For more information, check out the website that I spoke about earlier. There you can see the absolute and utter truth, the study presented, and there my claims are backed up. Thank you. The color itself, in reality, no matter what, you won't be able to get.
I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about. I think this guy's acting like he knows colors.
Okay, so here we have some shots fired. I'm not going to be addressing these beyond what I already am saying, because there's no point. Not going to add fuel to the fire. There is no purpose in doing that when all of the resources are publicly available. You can see my spot on the leaderboards, all of the publicly accessible information, very clear, very concise, very obvious. Check it out. Go and inform yourself. Let's not start something. Not a big fan of drama, so let's just keep it as is.
When really, mate, the only colour you know is black, mate. Come on, lad.
The wall behind me is in fact painted with brilliant white, so yeah, I think you need to get a new pair of glasses, my friend.
You're no Grieb Groovy to the colour wheel. Alright? Yeah. For a thought. Grieb Groovy to the colour wheel is what Jesus was to books.
Now you see, Grieb Groovy actually does not know the color wheel off by heart, so I think it's very important to note that this is something that really is a subject matter I've delved into quite a lot. Now, Grieb Groovy has actually come to me in the past asking about colors, the color wheel himself. So please keep that in mind for future reference. This is not true. This is slander, and it will not be tolerated. In future, I will be taking legal action.
Educate yourself, mate. Jesus. The Bible.
Everybody knows the Bible is a myth.
Quality, the shadows.
Yeah,
All of that
very
will
nice
change the
display.
colour anyway.
Wonderful observation.
So it won't look clear white. Wow, this is
Thank you very
insane.
much.
It's pissing me off. Look at this.
Understandable from a
Actually,
newcomer.
I think he did that intentionally.
Sausage Solicitor slowly picking up, slowly learning. This is great to see.
Incredible to see. Incredible to see. Truly showing his devotion, his absolute understanding and paying attention.
So that we can, so that there's more drops.
Absolutely.
This way,
observation.
If he flattens
Very
it.
Fantastic observation here.
Fantastic observation. Fantastic observation here. Now, we need to keep in mind that the paint itself always has a different composition. Okay? There is no wall which has an identical composition unless it has been cloned.
Fantastic observation here from Sausage Solicitor, from Grieb Groovy but whilst noticing, from Controversy TV also noticing, and the reactor knowing what's what.
So as we can, Sausage Solicitor rightly pointed out that this has been done on purpose by the person recording the video to create a more interesting video for the reactors to watch.
And that's what I was mentioning earlier. Why it's good to have variation and it's good to differ. Without further ado, let's watch this video.
Because who the fuck wants to sit there watching flat paint dry 10 hours?
Glad he
All the
pointed
drops
this out.
probably were just like,
Absolutely core,
I don't know,
vital,
smoothened out, gone to the
being
bottom.
able to
But this
see the
way,
progress.
Many
There's-
people talking at the
there's
same
many
time, as you could see.
As we can see here, there has been some major updates. I'm just going to point this out. Me being a fan, I can't resist myself. Major updates. The grade D, the grade C, even some in the grade B areas. There's been some movement. This is amazing. This is truly, it pumps my heart. It really gets me going. And I'm ecstatic about seeing this even now, getting a bit giddy. I managed to hold myself back in the original video, trying not to overwhelm Sausage Solicitor here. But hopefully he goes back and watches this and he gets as excited as I do.
Possibility there, I think. Possibility there.
We love to see these kinds of developments.
Maybe possibility there. This guy though.
As you can see, Sausage Solicitor referring to drops of paints as a guy, as guys.
Well, I see him moving. Spoiler? No.
This is a common trend throughout paint drying. There's a phenomenon.
One can only assume this man wrote the history books of paint drying.
This is not true. The history books of paint drying were written by Albert Epstein back in 1959. Now, the book was obviously reformatted because there was prior editions. but there were theories that weren't so much backed up. But when the website finally came into play, these could be absolutely cemented into the paint drying community. And it's wonderful to have developments even to this day.
Maybe he's related to somebody who wrote the rules to paint drying, who was there when they were written.
This is a wild assumption because he actually was this is a wild assumption because previously he was a Twitch streamer and has no relation. My great-great-grandfather is in fact Albert Epstein.
Maybe this man had disciples. Maybe this man's relatives had disciples that founded. Maybe they were the founders. I reckon they had to have been the founders for one to know this much about paint drying.
Tugs down on the
Groovy but worse, clearly knowing a lot about gravity.
wet paint and
If we were awarding points for pointing out the obvious, we'd be here all day, I'm afraid. So let's try to not act like these simple terms are the absolute mystique of the world. Let's focus on the real content, the grading system, the pace, the temperature, gravity.
causes it to drip down across the wall. As mentioned earlier, that is why there have been some splotches and some unpainted areas left. As Controversy TV stated, it is.
That's actually due to the uneven paint job of the original painter, not due to gravity. Gravity is the promoter of changes within the process following the lathering of the paint, not prior, not based on the gaps. That is incorrect.
To track the passing of time and see how long the paint has been there for, see how long it's been drying for. As the paint drops, we can measure that with time.
We don't want spoilers.
That part is correct.
Talking about time here. Very clever.
This guy.
Very, very, very clever.
Kind of will
You'll learn in
do
time,
that because of the
You'll learn in
stupid.
I hope I do learn in time. I hope through watching these videos, watching your reactions and your takes on this riveting content, I really hope to pick up on some of the small things, not just the big things, but small subtleties that not everybody notices but makes huge differences.
I don't know the name for it.
Without further ado, let's watch this video.
But if you should have just been completely smooth.
Canvas texture wall.
Should
as
not have been
Controversy
completely
TV is
smooth.
Stating.
As
I
we know.
now don't know who to believe. This folk right here, whoever he is.
Hopefully
calling it
you're aware of me
canvas
by this point.
texture. This fellow down here.
Again, misconception. Canvas texture is, of course, as is being described, the texture of a corkboard. Please keep this in mind.
Just calling it cork.
Trying to keep it simple and understandable.
That would have been
It would
productive
have,
as
but
well.
also
repainted his
The
house with this
composition
video.
itself needs to be changed up
But
from
no.
time to time. I
I
think
reckon
he
this
chose
is
a
a
very
second or
interesting.
third.
Now to dive into this a little bit. The composition needing to be changed from time to time is referring to both the wall itself, the type of wall, and the way the paint itself is actually presented on said wall. Now, both of them work in tangent with each other, and these two things you want to amalgamate in different processes, different approaches to get better results, get more variation. Now, composition, absolutely mandatory to have multiple compositions within your work. You're a failure if you don't. So please absolutely dive into different compositions. Make sure that you are able to explore different types of approaches to laying down the paint, to different types of approaches to painting the wall, different types of approaches with the equipment, different types of walls, so that you can make sure your data is absolutely the best it can be.
Fact. He's done this on
This is
many
very
walls in his
likely.
house but then he was out of wars. He failed all of those attempts. Maybe Controversy TV has seen many videos as well. He had to have.
My record of videos is actually on the leaderboard. It comes equipped with my placement. It comes equipped with the information about me. Excuse me. And all can be seen there.
And to be this confident when in the face of paint drying adversity. He knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely. Thank you.
As you can see, Controversy TV locking in.
And he was out of wars. He failed.
Common take right here when faced with this content and also adversity once again. What is one to do but to mute?
All of those attempts.
Reacting to this person, reacting to this person, reacting to this has been done many times.
Absolutely. Thousands.
People will do multiple takes to make sure there is a very good take for the reactors to react to. Controversy TV and his hundreds of thousands of reaction videos, a lot of them have been of people doing them second, third, fourth.
This is true. There is always a variation. There is never 100%. Oh, I am watching someone doing it for the first take. I'm absolutely making sure I'm doing this. You want to be getting the range, as I referred to earlier. You want to be seeing these people having painted the wall maybe 4 or 5 times over. You want to be ensuring that the data is explorative. It needs to have a range. Otherwise, your data is just, it's dull. It's pointless.
Or fifth take. So,
as you can see, sometimes videos take up to 5 takes, which is that's more than I knew. I didn't know there would be that many takes. I only assumed a couple.
Now, to put it into perspective, this can also be found on the website. The average amount of takes, it's about 3, I believe. The average amount of takes to get a video that people genuinely can get the best results from is 3. They have been known to go up to 20 to 25 takes. Very, very rare. But about 1 in 27 videos do this.
But I'm learning on the job, as you can tell. I didn't know this before, but now I do know this. Now I'm aware. I can build upon my brainal cavity. I can grow the brain. I can get a bigger brain. We can see what happens in the future.
We've seen absolutely insane amounts of drying going on in the A spots mostly, as everybody knows the amount of drying that occurs based on the data presented on the website. Get your charts up. Get your data up. The A spots dry fastest. They're thinner. They are not interrupted with as much movement as much, so they are enabled to have the time to dry at a much more vivid pace. So
Stay curious.
let's continue.
We do fart as well if we're pushing it.
As you can see, Sausage Solicitor saying profanities. I don't think this is very appropriate whatsoever.
Have to
When
agree
you
there.
have an audience as wide as paint drying, it's best to keep it PG at all.
Actually, I don't agree. Profanity is allowed in the space. A joke there from me. You are allowed to be absolutely expressive in all shapes or forms. It's not a thing that's made for kids. Kids are not ready for this at all. Not even close to ready for this. So profanity is more than allowed. It was a joke.
Skip 5 seconds if you don't want to hit profanity. But
Oh. We can already begin to see major developments happening here.
Excuse me. There was a
Here. Around here. Here.
beautiful, beautiful.
Even here. Here. Around here. Here.
Beautiful, beautiful observation by Controversy TV. This is why I absolutely love his reactions. He points.
as you can see, Grib Groovy but was just constantly glazing. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm guessing this man is a Also a big
A
cheese. Maybe
great
bigger
sign
cheese
of
than this
respect.
one.
Great sign of respect.
I'm learning from the greats. I'm learning from the best. Everybody at home, learn from this as well.
It's out very
Without further ado, let's watch this video.
micro details that not many others would see. This is why he is a very widely successful reactor in the space, because he is just absolutely brilliant with pointing out some of the less obvious but just as interesting parts of the paint drying.
This is true. I love to dive into the areas which a lot of tubers in the space, a lot of reactors in the space, don't go into depth with, but make sure you do. Make sure you break the mold.
As you can tell, he is Groovy but worse, is talking about something about fucking paint. I don't know.
Mildly disrespectful there. Not a fan of that comment. Please, please do not speak of paint like that. Paint drying, sorry. Please do not talk like that. It's just not needed, is it?
Mainly here, though, of course, as we have the center of mass.
Little brushstroke there. How artistic of mentioning center of mass. Very smart. You have to consider.
Now, unlike gravity, center of mass is much more important, because gravity is, it's a given. It's something you already know about. Center of mass is something that plays a much bigger role. The center of mass will help you garner an understanding, or same as with the chart, it will help you garner an understanding of where the paint's expected to be down the line. So keep it in mind.
The center of mass at all times. You don't want
Gravity
anything to be
remains-
topsy-turvy.
Gravity remains constant, as we all know. Center of mass changes based on the actual process of the paint.
You don't want the left side to be heavier than the right side.
This
Otherwise
is
bad
correct.
things can happen. Maybe the board snaps if you have too much paint on the left side. You don't want that. You have to be careful. The more I look at this, the more I see, actually. Matter of fact, I see another eel right here. And I believe they're doing a Hago face. This is the eye. This
I can actually now see the eel. Because of my higher level, I can actually see the eel he is pointing out.
is looking to the sky. And here is the open mouth. Open mouth there, maybe. And all of this is the eel. This is the eel's tail. By the way. Without further ado, let's watch this video.
We can see an eel here potentially. The sock might still remain. I can see a fish here. I can see a stretched out Twitter logo here. I can see some branches here.
Controversy, no, not controversy. Sausage Solicitor saying autistic instead of artistic, which is play on words. He's trying to do a funny. Failing. Brushstroke there. How artistic of him. How autistic of him.
Sausage Solicitor coming around to the
Groovy but worse, pausing the video before he's talking, which is a very clever thing to do. I should have done this for the paint drying video in the first place, but I failed. In all honesty, I couldn't hack it. I was talking over the paint drying many times, which I feel really bad about. So I'm sorry if you missed some of that paint drying video, because I was talking over it and didn't pause. I'm really sorry.
autistic.
Thank you so much for the apology. A really good sign of respect there. Contrast to the earlier scene. Let's keep this mindset going.
Without further ado, the video.
Side of this space.
Groovy but worse, talking about the autistic side of the space. Not the artistic side, the autistic side. As you can see here, this is the autistic side. This is the artistic side. And this is the veterinarian side, I guess. Yes.
Well done.
Red at the beginning was divine.
There's a little shape here
Very
as
uneven,
well.
very inconsistent.
That
That's
kind of
what you
looks like
want.
a boot. Like here would be
Very,
the cuff of
very
the
well
ankle,
spotted here.
and the lower part
On the
here That would be the shoe.
Hmm.
Oh.
Another very nice spot from Sausage Solicitor there. The area that was
This is a nice spot right here from Groovy but worse. Picking up on spots from other people, not just direct spots, but spots from him, whoever this man may be, and also spots from him. Very well done. Doesn't get better than this.
pointed out by Controversy TV as a sock has been added onto by Sausage Solicitor as being a boot, sort of upgraded, if you will. It is very nice to see. Very nice to see from Sausage Solicitor. There's a lot of hope in this new reactor. Hopefully, he continues.
A bit of repetition there again. So
Watching. Maybe this is one
talking about cloud watching when cloud watching is not what we're doing, but to each their own.
A reference there, good for contextual studies.
There's always something.
Making peculiar noises.
about it.
There's always something, as Controversy TV said, there is always something to see in paint. You just need the eye.
Amazing callback here. Wonderful to see you latching on to the concepts that are given to you.
For it. It's abstract. You gotta see what you see. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different story to tell within their paint. Figure out yours today. Sausage Solicitor once again.
Figure out yours today. Go ahead, react to paint drying. Check out the website. Check out the leaderboard. Check out the books that exist in your public library right now. Latch onto it. Become a part of the community. We want you.
Spotting something new. Sausage Solicitor is spotting a foot. This would be the big toe. This would be the medium toe. This foot, but you can tell how one might interpret it as that. This would be the foot from underneath. Maybe if you step on paint, this is what would leave on the paint itself. So long as you don't have socks on or shoes on, bare feet, which is what we're assuming in this particular case.
Amazing to see from Sausage
Without further
Solicitor
ado,
here. Really
let's watch the video.
observational.
This
It's very nice to see Sausage Solicitor.
it's very nice. It's very
I don't know what he's laughing about. This is completely serious. Very nice to see Sausage Solicitor making sure he's approaching things the way he should be. And I think you should absolutely stick to it. Commit to what you think is right. It doesn't matter if you're wrong at first, because you'll always be able to learn. You can't learn without going wrong first.
very nice of Groovy just loving
Yes, you can.
Sausage Solicitor, just loving to see the man in general. Nothing in particular. He's not loving him doing anything. He just likes seeing him, which I'm very thankful for. Sausage Solicitor, I'm sure, is very thankful for. His man in the bottom right as well. I believe he's thankful for that as well. I've heard through the grapevine, I believe. As you can see, Sausage Solicitor has got some water now. As you can see, he's hydrated, which is what you want when going into any sort of reaction.
Get on to the
Anytime you're going
fucking
to be
paint, you
talking to
spam.
Perchance Sausage Solicitor has watched the Controversy TV's reaction.
Fantastic observation right here by Groovy, but worse. Indeed. That's right.
Beforehand. We can only speculate at this point, but it's very nice to see trying.
Well, of course, we would know from the fact that I am watching a reaction of him reacting to your breakdown of my reaction, of his reaction to paint drying, that he has seen my content.
Trying to show the dedication in the
With a neck going like.
Amazing imitations here. This is what we need to see more of.
you know?
Trust that sausage.
Of course you
solicitor
can't
is,
fucking see it.
speaking his truth.
Webcam's in the way, you twat. Of course you can't
is,
fucking see it.
Speaking his truth.
Webcam's in the way, you twat. Jesus Christ.
It's just perception.
It's meant to be a professional, eh? You think you're a professional?
Just perception.
It's meant to be a professional, eh? You think you're a professional? You're not a professional whatsoever, okay?
Now, the reason I'm
Also-
making these faces, well, obviously it's not because I'm laughing. Don't be ridiculous. It's because I'm not really interested in this part of the video. I'm just pulling faces because it's disorienting for me.
You're a gatekeeper. You're gatekeeping terms. Twat.
It's just what people,
Excuse me.
Different people see. An example of
You see some bollocks, mate.
this is Sausage Solicitor saw a boot in the middle. Controversy TV saw a sock. I can see both. It's, you know, it's just
Do you think you're better than us? I don't believe you. I don't believe that you can see both. I think you're a faker. You're faking it for the fans. You don't have...
Groovy but worse. Potential fraud. This is a really interesting point brought up, as I mentioned earlier, it's not 100% known yet due to the lack of update on the leaderboards, whether his status is what was previously believed to be the case. So this is a topic up for debate. I'm not going to say anything. I don't think it's my place to throw shade.
You don't have a monkey's what we're talking about. Rehab groovy, but way worse. For
really
fuck's
who
sake.
you ask and who's reacting.
Guys, this...
Very happy right now. That expression was actually due to the progress occurring again. Once again, I'm truly just devoted to this, no matter what. No matter the content on display. Always keeping my eye out. Making sure to observe and see the progress. There has been major progress. So, please make sure that we are tracking this for future reactions. Amazing, really. Wow. I'm just enthralled by it. Have my charts on the screen to the left here. I've been looking back and forth throughout the video. You would have seen me doing it multiple times. I'm enamored, really. Wow. Let's get back to it.
He's not liking it. Or maybe he is liking it. No, he's liking it. That's why
I'm
he's sniffing
loving
so hard.
the consensus going on here.
He's enjoying this.
Thank you very much. Controversy TV, enjoying
most
the
welcome.
content. I mean, I'm sure Sausage Solicitor would appreciate that even.
Absolutely. Truly, I was enjoying it. Regardless whether or not you got to the 5 hour, 4 hour mark, 6 hour mark. No matter what. Always welcoming, always accommodating. We will get you on your feet. We will get you on your way. And we will make sure that you are given a bright future in the world of paint drying.
Sausage Solicitor is
I'm going to have to interrupt him there to grab a drink. Back to it.
demonstrating a wide range of terminal.
Me. Who's that? Who's that? Rehab. Just yapper lapper talking out of his bollocks like always. Doesn't know what he's saying. Oh, go back to the Bible, mate. Jesus.
Technology and really just explaining what he's seeing and talking about it and coming up with his own story, really, which is very much a large portion of what this space is about.
That's all you're doing, mate. That is all you're doing. Enough of that. Teach us something. Stop gatekeeping terms and actually teach. Okay?
I hope I've been
What are
able
you
to do
doing
that throughout the
wasting
video.
your time on YouTube videos when you should be at school teaching the kids what they need to know.
I actually do take time to. I'm a volunteer educator at the University of Cambridge, where the studies were done, helping people understand the data on paint drying.
How to pay taxes, not how to whatever is useful. Paint drying. Understand paint drying. Help them learn. Share the so-called wisdom
this.
Very sure of
really?
himself. It's nice to
Some
see the
sort of
confidence
ghost.
going on.
Ugh, fuck's sake.
Some sort of spooky, scary skeleton, maybe. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be that far.
I wouldn't.
That would be a bit of a stretch.
What else we got?
Too far. Actually, I noticed some of the developments earlier. I just thought I shouldn't repeat myself. I mean, Sausage Solicitor, sorry. Sausage Solicitor noticed developments
This is completely fine. I understand. Nobody's blaming you for that. Thank you for informing me.
earlier. He was talking about this, was talking about possible potential of this droplet right here in particular. And not much progress has actually been made by this droplet at all. Where are we?
This is actually incorrect. There has been a solid 0.8 to 1.2 centimeters progress.
2334. What was it at the start?
Let's see if I am correct.
34. It's right there. Oh, for fuck's sake.
As we can see, the data, the knowledge I possess, based on the studies, the website, go take a look now. Correct. Here we have myself being absolutely clear and concise, knowledgeable, showing my worth as an avid paint dry reactor. Hopefully this is up my credibility once again to even more new starters going forward.
Whatever, you're right. 2334. You're alright. But this controversy, no, sorry, this Greb Groovy, but worse. He wasn't right, was he? Not this time.
Yeah. But,
It's levels to this,
to be expected
Rehab.
with newcomers.
Very
I was a newcomer at that point, but not anymore. I'm picking up, learning new things. Not learning new terms, thanks to Rehab Groovy.
nicely pointed out by Controversy TV.
So he said nicely, by the way.
Very nicely pointed.
Nicely.
Very nicely pointed.
Nicely. It's not how you say it, is it? It's not a real
Course not.
word. Nice. Oh,
Not
By
interested.
Controversy
back to school, mate.
TV. There have been many developments in the middle.
You're a copycat as well, mate. You're just saying what he was saying.
That's correct.
Come on, don't just say
This
what other
occurs a lot
people
of the
say
video.
now.
Dry already 7 minutes into the 10-hour video.
Me,
It's quite
me.
noticeable to see to veterans like Controversy TV in the space. It's expected to.
As you can see, me and Grib Groovy, but worse, often say or This isn't because I lose my train of thought. That does occur. But I do say quite a bit. It's to fill the gaps. It's to really make myself lowered. It's to put myself on a more humanitarian level, to make sure people feel at ease, to make sure people feel comfortable. We all make mistakes. It's to paint a realistic, more homey, more, what's a good word? Relatable, more human. To paint a more realistic and more relatable characterism.
Wouldn't be able to pick up just yet.
I don't like how you're talking about Sausage Solicitor as a newbie. I have no proof, even, that you're a professional. I still think you're a faker.
Again, this will be addressed in future. Hopefully, when the updates come out on the website, on the leaderboard, we will be able to see. For now, it's just going by your own perspective.
I'm not buying it whatsoever. You and your white jumper, your black headphones, your beard.
So as you can see here, Grib Groovy has a very ginger beard, a white jumper, red and black headphones. The camera is clearly distorting the colours here. Very saturated beard. This I'm going to tie back in. These can be used as measures for paint drying reaction videos when you're watching them to get your own data on reactions. Look at the contrast, the hue disparity between the colors of the camera and the colors of the paint, so that you can potentially make sure that the screen isn't balancing out the colors on its own accord, so that you can get more accurate data.
All the likes. Oh,
It's always tough to spot these things. Especially with a brilliant white color. But very interesting to see if he picks it up.
four leg. Is that what you call it? Just die. Of course, not four leg. Yeah. Sausage Solicitor making a whimsical joke here. Rehab groovy, but worse. Of course, not picking it up. He doesn't. A lot flies over his head. I've heard he's short too. So this is the thigh. It's very bendy. This guy's bendy thighs. Bendy thigh syndrome.
Do a stretches. You forgot to stretch.
Bendy thigh syndrome.
Always remember to stretch, everyone.
Bendy
You can
thigh
see about
syndrome.
0.2 millimeters here of development.
That's true.
So-
Within the last call out, there have been 0.2 millimeters of development. Here, 0.1 here, 0.2 here, 0.2 here, 0.15 here. It seems to be. I'll have to look at the chart.
He's right.
Amazing movement going on here.
Well
That's what
spotted.
happens if you don't stretch.
Very
Bendy
nicely
next to.
demonstrated by Controversy TV that once again.
Very nicely demonstrated. Idiocracy right there.
He
Very nicely demonstrated idiocracy right there by Greb Groovy but worse. Very nicely demonstrated moronic human syndrome by Grehab Groovy but worse right there. Very nicely demonstrated.
So much
Other-
drama.
is displaying the developments that have come about. The thought process of a newbie in the space. Sausage Solicitor is
It's very interesting seeing the thought process of a faker and a fraud and somebody who's gatekeeping times.
Never judge a cover by its book, everybody. Let's keep that in mind. We need to make sure that we are giving people the benefit of the doubt.
over the actual paint drying, but hopefully as we get more into the 10-hour video, maybe around 3 or 4 hours in, he will start to notice the developments.
This is a war song.
I guarantee Sausage Solicitor will notice developments very soon.
Fantastic.
I think he's a little bit distracted at the moment. I don't want to talk for the man, but I believe he's distracted.
Does seem so.
Content, matter of fact, giving
It
people
does
what they
seem that he is attempting mainly to please his audience rather than to address the content itself directly and focus on that. So that's completely fine. You know, nobody's gonna diss you for that, Mr. Sausage Solicitor. And we understand. We just hope you can, in future endeavours, make sure you approach it with a little bit more devotion, I suppose.
want, but one can only assume.
This guy's leg.
Rehab.
This guy's leg's been through wars. With wars. Oh no, that's like 4th degree burns, 5th degree, 3rd degree. Wait, can you get 5th degree burns?
A little sidetracked once again, but that is not a bad thing whatsoever. That is matter of fact a good thing.
That is a good thing, as long as it's relevant to the video of the paint drying itself. It is absolutely relevant in this situation, which is fantastic. Brilliant job. Make sure you are doing this to investigate structures, changes, ripples in the paint. Brilliant here from Sausage Solicitor.
We're not just limited to the paint drying content, but we're reaching out, educating people on what they want to know and what they need to know. Not just forcing them in their tiny space.
Sidetrack, sorry. I'll pause it so I don't miss anything.
Going off track.
Very close-minded right there. From
Again, better progress going on. Very, very, very
Beautiful to see that update from Controversy TV there. You can
Thank
see
you,
sort
thank
of,
you.
In these crevices right here, the lower down parts, you can see where it has begun to.
Let's correct something here from Groovy, but not whatever the fuck he's called.
Progress going on here. Very, very, very nice progress.
Beautiful to see that update from Controversy TV there. You can see sort of in these crevices right here, the lower down parts, you can see where it has begun to start drying and so.
Common mistake made by newcomers. Not sure why an intermediate person is talking about this. But these crevices here will actually not be beginning to dry at this point in the video. We are far too early in the stage. The paint center of mass is around about here. Now these areas here where he's currently pointing out, we can see that the paint itself is a grade D. And all of those who are in the space of paint dry reacting will know that a grade D means that the most movement occur, which means that the rate of drying occurs the slowest. Now these crevices will take much longer to dry out because the moisture rate of the paint is greatly affecting the traveling within all of these blotches. So these blotches will have movement, and as the areas are attempting to dry, these blotches will cover them, revitalize them with more moisture, and it will just be more paint. So it's really not going to dry up as fast as is being claimed here. Just thought I'd clear that out of the way for you.
Define.
Progress down here. The moisture on the
That's actually inspiring me. That's inspiring me to
That's amazing.
go
I'm so glad that we can inspire
other
you.
paint drawing videos and see differences, exactly like you were saying and what I was speaking of earlier. The differences, and I could learn from it. The word to other newcomers as well. I can get
Can we
my
please
own
get this
paint
ugly
drying
fucker
paddle
off the
on
screen?
back. Gone. He's holding you back. Think of all the things you can accomplish. Three-legged race, you'd be a champion. Unless his other leg's gone as well. No, it's been cut off. It's already been cut off. Sausage Solicitor getting really emotional, feeling for this story. He's physically feeling it, not just making it up, not just seeing it, but feeling it emotionally.
Truly seeming to be enamored with the content that's presented to him, although slightly sidetracking, but finding his own path, which is something we absolutely celebrate in the space of paint drying and reacting to paint drying. So nobody is going to blame you for this. This is wonderful.
Almost attached. Yeah, he's cut the leg off. And this is the blood. Man in the bottom right, drinking water. Oh, it might be another foot. It's his other foot that's been cut off. No, Sausage Solicitor making up as he goes along. Not a bad thing whatsoever. But this fella right here, in the bottom right, this fella's learning. This fella's getting there.
Absolutely fantastic to
Learning
hear.
from the best.
Curious to know what the room temperature is and how it'd be affecting the pace of the paint drying here.
Very important part here. The temperature of the room, as we all know. Check out the website for the temperature affecting the wall, in which temperature affects the drying of the wall. Please make sure you're using resources. They will help you.
These are questions people, the ordinary paint dry watcher, would have never thought to ask, never even queried. But as you can see, the professional knows the right questions to ask. There's no wrong questions, but there certainly is a right question, and that was it.
As a avid paint watcher myself, of course, it greatly affects the act.
Controversy TV is avid.
And the
That's actually my middle name.
So really, I'll have to ask the original creator.
Wonderful ball knowledge from Controversy TV there. rightly pointing out that room temperature and other environmental aspects does impact.
We can
the,
see that Sausage
paint
Solicitor
drying.
is actually learning at this moment in
Usually,
time,
most,
and we can hear through his
creators in
sounds.
space would, as a
And
little,
this is a must-have.
box in the corner somewhere. But obviously this creator has not done that, so we're not privy to this information. Maybe
No, this
Controversy
creator's...
TV could.
I reckon this creator's a newbie. This creator doesn't know what he's doing. I reckon this creator at the bottom left doesn't know what he's doing. But I reckon the fellow at the bottom right, he knows what's what. He seems knowledgeable.
Update on that.
Yes.
Nice to hear that from Controversy TV. Composition.
You're welcome, man.
We hear a lot from the sort of intermediate ranges of reactors.
Anytime.
High level thing. So it's nice to hear that.
Fuck!
From Controversy TV that not many people, especially casuals, would be able to point out.
Let's speak of casual paint dry watchers, which almost implies competitive at the same time.
This is
So
a real
I'd
thing.
very much like to see this.
There
Some
is
sort of
competitive. Check out the
paint
website.
drying esports. I recommend that. I recommend somebody does that. That would be amazing to
This
watch. I
already
know I would
exists.
watch
Please
it.
check out the
And
website.
This fellow right here, Controversy TV, I believe is his name.
I am actually
This
top of the
fellow would
leaderboard
also
in
watch,
competitive
maybe
as
even
well.
Participate. Maybe take home the gold medal. Another, what I can imagine is a joke from Sausage Solicitor, didn't land whatsoever, but nevertheless, that is believed to be a joke, talking how you need an autistic mind to notice something. But it's also kind of true in this case, with somewhat related to what we have Groovy But Whilst was speaking on earlier. How some people see certain things, some people don't. I'm sure autistic people likely see different from normal people.
Yeah, it's certainly a Wagner's opus. It's just.
It really is
This
a Wagnamation opus here in this video. Truly a moment to be beheld. So let's keep that in mind while we continue.
Copus is 10 out of 10. I've never seen something so beautiful in my life. Sidetrack.
Don't know why he keeps sidetracking. Should really be concentrating on only one thing.
Sidetrack.
Who would do something so fucking
I
stupid?
feel like this is me right now, but with paint in my eyes.
Okay, relevancy.
Anyway, back
I
to the
take it
video.
back. Beautiful.
very interesting to
Without further ado, let's back to the video.
see. Yeah.
I
He's done a very nice job.
I'm sure this said creator would probably like to hear actual feedback if you gave him real feedback.
I gave you real
You'll probably
feedback. I hope
appreciate
that
that rather than-
helps.
Just hint. A few dozen videos, that implies there's at least 36 videos that this chap right here has watched.
Seen
Really
many,
great to see
many,
a
many.
veteran. It's interesting to see the stats as well.
The stats are,
They
of
hold
course,
under
on the
my belt.
website.
And how I compete also. How they differ.
Oh,
Again,
fuck off,
a
you
bit of
fuck.
Just hang up. Just
This is
hang it
not the
up, alright?
Wagnamican opus.
Hang up the noose.
Bit dark.
Be over here. Lines,
Actually,
mate.
it's actually
Oh, it
paint.
really is.
It is actually paint. Please make sure we are using the right terminology.
Genius spot from Controversy TV.
Thank you.
We all were wondering it. We all were asking the question. None of us had the answer. And then
Always here to
Controversy TV
provide.
came in here and explained it to us. Thank you. Thank you for your insight. Worst.
I'd like to point.
Right there, right there, right there. I noticed it. On 51 seconds.
Oh no, this right here.
You'll see his
This-
face immediately jolt.
I'd like.
There, right there. This implies there's a lot of cut content from this man's.
Point out the left side here. The developments going on over here are very, very interesting. You can see the paint is starting to slowly
I love what Rehab Groovy but worse is noticing. As I'm sure you noticed from Sausage Solicitor, he didn't seem to pick up on what's going on the eastern board over here.
Absolutely, we
You
need
might
to
have
make
picked-
sure we're paying attention to the what is referred to as the north, east, south, and west side of the wall.
Up more of the centralness, but nothing eastbound. Westbound, lots were picked up. Maybe lacking in the east department. Real ones know, gang. If you get it, you get it.
descend further down the wall, as well as this streak. Once again, in the crevice. We notice the crevices dry a lot quicker. That's because they're closer to the wall. So yeah, we can see in these crevices they are starting to dry off a bit. It's very nice.
Now, in this regard, he's correct. Not when it's horizontal. When it's vertical, these parts here, in between, the B grades, they are ever so slowly starting to dry. That is correct.
The original layout of the paint can absolutely again.
Yeah, I am. I'm on to something here.
Distinctions before and after.
It's great.
Once again, as previously mentioned, it's very nice to see the open-mindedness from Controversy TV. It's not often you see a veteran be so kind to the young mind of a newbie reactor. So it's really refreshing to see
Don't care.
open-mindedness from Controversy TV. It's not often you see.
Absolutely, I always try and keep myself very open-minded. Try and keep myself privy to all approaches from newcomers. Trying to be respectful of what's put on the table, because everybody starts somewhere.
A veteran be so really refreshing to see Controversy TV be sort of open-minded about this and not toxic.
Once again, we see Rehab Groovy talking about this reactor, who is talking about this reactor.
Can we get back to the paint?
See?
Let's just talk
Lovely
about
video
memory
going
now.
on the side there.
I have since actually taken
Amazing editing right
a running view of this video.
there from Controversy
Lovely video
TV.
going on.
Absolutely brilliant. He enhanced the thumbnail over here, the video on the right. Zooming in is really appreciated.
Side there. I'll let you check that one out. Maybe react to it in future. I'd love to see him react to it down the line.
Oh my god, can't make this shit up. And this is the party hat.
You in
It's his
fact can make this shit up,
It's his
but this is not made up.
Briefly mentioned another video there by Controversy TV.
Thank you.
Another space that I myself am in and would like to see either of these to react to is
actually, I am privy to reacting to timers. Mainly silence myself, aside from paint drying, of course. But timers, I've done a few. Only gone up to about 8 hours. Maybe 1,000 subscriber special.
the 10-hour timer. Obviously, the timer scene is not as big. It's sort of
course
more
not.
niche than paint drying, but it can be just as exciting and really have some.
We
quite-
will have to
That's a
check the
good idea,
validity
Big
of this
Groovy, but worse.
claim.
I might
Uh,
actually check that out. Sorry, Sausage Solicitor. I'll let him know.
We will have to check the validity of this claim in future. Let's continue.
He should check that out. I have contact within him. I know people who know him. But the 10-hour timer, that seems brilliant. Who would not want to watch that for 10 hours at least? There's just so much going on. There's so much changing. Every single second there's something new.
This is a wonderful point being made here. This is something that occurs within all branches of the hours upon hour videos. So I'm really looking forward to, in future, getting suggestions by you guys and making new content.
And that's good.
Interesting reactions there. So it would be nice for maybe Sausage Solicitor to sort of
Nice meaning good.
delve into that space as well.
Half day,
I see the vision.
and
I do
nobody
see
showed.
Space being like space bar and such, and the likes. From Sausage Solicitor here.
Also, actually, I'm gonna cut it off there. That's 10 minutes.
Very, very shameful from Sausage Solicitor. Only watching 10 minutes out of the 10 hours.
Now again, we don't want to bash these people. You know, it's an unspoken rule. You know, obviously, it's fucking pathetic. It really is absolute dog shit. But we want to give the benefit of the doubt. We want to be more welcoming. You don't want to put it out there in that manner. You want to be respectful. You want to cover your basis and make sure that you are being appropriate, being sensible.
Was absolutely god awful disappointing. Really expected more from him. Maybe next time he'll learn from all the feedback that he's receiving.
That's more than enough.
Without further ado, let's see what they have to say. Controversy TV, looking like he's almost laughing. I really hope not, because this is serious.
Not true. I wasn't almost laughing in the video. I was actually about to sneeze, as I've done many times in this video, where you will see cuts occurring. This is due to me sneezing. I don't want to distract the viewer. I want to keep their attention on the content in front of them. And as we can see, we've had major developments here. Going off track again, my just absolute juicy love for paint drying. So as we can see, the D grades and the B grades and the C grades, all of them have made about 2 millimeters, 2 whole millimeters, which is truly something to behold. I mean, please, everybody, check it out.
Matter, but we continue.
Okay.
Quite, not quite.
Too
But
much.
It's very upsetting.
It seemed he wasn't about to laugh. He was actually mid-talk. He was just making an emotive face.
Again, I did expect to see around 4 or 5 hours, but I think we should all be a bit more open, a bit more accepting, and a bit more lenient towards these new starters, because you can only provide so much backlash before they start to part from the medium, and that's the opposite of what we want. So let's go higher and let's inspire.
I'm so sorry, Groovy, but worse. I believe Sausage Solicitor, this fella on the top left, is sorry, because he disappointed you, and that's the last thing he wanted. I believe he was a newbie though. He's just dipping his toes in. I don't think he was dead serious on it, but maybe with all of this criticism and compliments as well, maybe he'll continue down the line.
This is something I
Maybe
really
he'll
hope
see beauty
occurs,
in paint reacting.
because
Very
it
disappointing.
seems as though he's latching on to the concepts, and it seems as though he's giving his all, and that is what we want. Let's avoid some of the disrespectful comments that I've seen throughout this video, but for future, it's looking bright, it's looking good. Let's keep it that way.
Socialist.
Again, very, very sorry for that. I hope this Groovy but worse guy can forgive me.
really, I mean, we've only scraped the bottom of the barrel. The progress has been very minimal.
Before anything else is said, I think I've already spoken my piece here, so we're not going to go into too much detail, but it is a shame, and I truly do hope to see more, as I've said many, many times. But anything past this point from Groovy, but worse, and Sausage Solicitor, I'll be interested to see what their opinion is.
It is a real shame, really. Honestly, only 10 minutes. There could be so much more. There could be a 10-hour timer. He could react to 10 hours of that. Without further ado, let's watch this video.
It would have been very, very, very interesting to see the developments, especially.
Very, very, very. That was repetition right there, as we were talking about earlier, which is also repetition. I also mentioned repetition earlier. That's repetition right there.
I fully agree with Controversy TV here. It is a shame we don't get to see more progress. I can already stop.
Fully agree with Groovy but worse here. That's my thoughts exactly. I really hope in the future he can live up to the hype, because at this point there's all eyes on him, really. we're waiting to see how he'll respond. And without further ado, let's watch this video.
Seeing the crevices have started drying.
Again, only specific types of crevices. Check the charts. Make sure that you are addressing higher up people in the leaderboards to make sure that you are absolutely on the right track.
Yeah, we could have had some very interesting developments here had Sausage Solicitor gone a bit further. Hopefully, in the next videos, he goes a bit further than 10 minutes. Would be nice to see some more development.
We shall see with Sausage Solicitor's next video how long it will be. Hopefully it's longer than 10 minutes, or just any recommendations, and I'll definitely check them out, okay?
Later hours.
In the center mouse going on here.
As you can see, a black screen from Controversy TV. It's really not what you want as a rookie error.
Now, as you can see, this here is a rookie belief being presented here. This is actually wrong. This was done intentionally. The black screen is to give you time to reflect on the content you've conceived. It's to give you time to process it, to absolutely make sure that you're taking in every little detail. It's to allow you to reflect on it.
As you can see, Groovy but worse. When his monitor's this dark, you can't really see too much. But earlier,
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't
see-
care.
Okay.
Wonderful video there. A real shame that the creator unfortunately didn't watch more.
Mhm.
Wonderful observations though. Love to see more. Thank you.
Yeah, no, great to see. Looks very promising. Hopefully Sausage Solicitor does react to more, because I think that is indeed needed. 10 minutes, it's just not good enough.
I've tried to say a lot more of my piece, tried to be a lot more educational. For the first one, we didn't want to overwhelm. For this one, there's been a bit more. Hopefully the video is not too messy.
And,
Let's see what he has to say.
It's been really fascinating to go through this with you, breaking it down. So yeah, thank you.
I've been absolutely enthralled with watching the progress. Let's see Sausage Solicitor's final words.
Alright. That was amazing. Thank you so much to this fellow right here, Groovy but worse, reacting to Sausage Solicitor's content, giving so much more content, so much insight that we needed, heavily needed insight. Excited to see what he does next, really. If he reacts to more paint drying reactions, or what happens, really.
Also looking forward to seeing what Groovy but worse handles his channel with in terms of content. Also interested a little bit more in the timer reactions, seeing if he can back up his claims.
As we see here, Controversy TV has made other YouTube videos.
Subscribe.
I think with that being said, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I learned so much. Let's watch this video.
On that note, thank you everybody for watching. This video has been very long. Hopefully those of you that stuck around have been able to be educated. Those of you that stuck around have been able to take away the best that you can from this. Hopefully I've been able to shine some light on the amazing thing that is reacting to paint drying and paint drying as a whole. Hopefully you guys have found incentive. Hopefully the future's bright for Sausage Solicitor, for Groovy, but worse. Hopefully those two delve more into detail in future endeavors within paint drying. And like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out the website, check out the leaderboards, check out the studies. Pick up the paint drying book in your local library, $9.99. And I'll see you in the next one.